All right, so I had to get this video out. There's not going to be any editing. It's not going to be any cool things coming in. And this is just a quick video to kind of talk about some really interesting things that happened today in AMC, not necessarily with the stock price, but just some indicators that this short squeeze is going to happen. There's no doubt in my mind. It's just a matter of when, and it's just a matter of when. That's it. And if you're willing to hold out till it happens. So let me show you what happened today. I want to make this a quick video. It's not going to be a commercial or anything. Although if you want more information, check out the W.I.S.E community. Throw me a like if you like what you see here today. But trying this out real quick and doing a quick video. So let me share my screen here and let me show you what I've been looking at. So today I saw this tweet about from AMC to the moon. And you'll see here, he has 3 different brokerages. Let me click it and show you. 3 different brokerages showing the short interest at 40.25% of the float. All right. So the total outstanding shares for AMC is 500 million shares. So 40% means that there are 200 million shares that are shorted. That is a lot, which I'll talk about in a minute, right? So, excuse me, clearing my throat here. Here's another one on AMC. This says E-Trade. You can't really see it, but it says 40.25. And then this is the third picture in that tweet from RBC Investing, which also has it at 40.25. So these are 3 different accounts. Now, I'm always skeptical of Twitter. So I actually went to my own E-Trade account and I looked and yep, there it is. So I know this is real. And it says institutional ownership is up to 30%. So what this means, by the way, is the short interest has been, typically between 16 to 19%. For this to show at 40% is extremely odd. And the institutional ownership to go up to 30, 31% is also extremely odd. The reason why is because, again, the short interest was down around 16, 17%. Now, if this is a typo or problem, like why is it on so many different brokerages? Why are so many different brokerages showing the same number, the exact same number? And why is the institutional ownership up so high when the only way that could happen now what the institutional ownership shows is how much the institutions have bought, right? And if you've heard me talk about investing before, you should follow them, follow, your goal is to be the surfer and follow the, try to be there before the wave gets there, right? You don't want to be there. You want to be there before big money. The wave is big money. You want to be there beforehand and ride the wave and then get out before it crashes, right? Well, here's the thing. Institutions, I go over to Market Beat. Now it says 25.16%, but what we've been told by Adam Aaron is, with the CEO of AMC, is that and this was said maybe 3 or 4 months ago, is that retail investors owned 80% of AMC, all right, and almost up to 80 to 85%. So it was mostly owned by retail investors. Now, look what's been happening. So the last reporting date here is 12/14. So today's 12/29. So there's another 15 days that isn't in this reporting from Market Beat. Okay, so that might be why it's at 25%, because more institutions might have bought. Look at the shares held. Let me go by that. All right, so BlackRock, number 1, all right, 40 million shares. So they own almost 8% of the company. All right, then you have 8 million here and 2 million and whatnot. So smaller from there, but BlackRock owning 40 million shares of a $514 million total float. So in order for the short interest to go that high, all right, and I do want to talk about that, these institutions have to be either buying shares and then allowing people to borrow them and short them, which could be happening, but the I haven't seen the utilization go up that much. And in order for them to even get these many shares, we had to sell them. And I don't really believe that, for it to get to 30%, as it says here, 30, almost 31%, that apes in the ape community or the AMC community has sold that many shares, right? And the retail investors, because we own them all. So the only way they could have got them is either A, ape sold them, or B, what this institutional ownership, the way they figure out the number is they just say, well, how many shares have they bought? Right? How many shares have institutions bought? It doesn't mean they're buying real shares. They can be buying synthetic shares, or we have synthetic shares. Somebody has synthetic shares. But the point being is, unless either apes had to sell, which I don't think has happened, or they're just making up more shares. Okay, they're just creating more and more shares. And also from the short interest if this is true, if this 40% is true, 40% is short. I mean, let me just show you, right? So back when we had the big, and I did this in my other video, but back when when the stock went from, it was here 528, right? There was 120 million shares. Look at all these shares short. At no point is it at 200 million, right? The highest, it was 102 million, right? So now you're talking about doubling that. And if you see what happened is these short shares from the 28th to the 15th went from 102 down to 85. So they covered 17 million short shares, and the share price, doubled, more than doubled, right? And really when this happened, when they did the actual, because there's some time frame here, when these shorts were covered, this is what pushed the stock from $20. It was a little lower than this, and it pushed it all the way up to $71, $72. So, and then it came down and it, evened out at this 56, right? So I can show you that. Let me show you that on this chart. Right, so make this bigger. Can I make it bigger? There we go. So you see this May 20, this is around May 28th, probably. Let's see, that's May 21st. May 26th, May 27th, May 28th, right? That's where its high was at 36, opened at 31, and then the covering went, and it went all the way up to, you see a high of 70, 72 there, right? And then it came back down because you saw it said it was down around 56, mid something or other, right? 64, 58. So it went up to 72 and it came down, and then it's been slowly going down ever since. But the short interest has just been getting ridiculously high. And if it's really at 40%, again, going back to the fundamentals, if it's really at 40%, again, that's 200 million shares. And look at all these institutions. Why are these institutions buying more, right? So even if we take out the fool trying to figure out did retail sell, all they're doing when they're doing this institutional buying is they're just adding up how many shares institutions are bought, right? So again, they might be synthetic shares, or well, there probably are synthetic shares. I mean, I really think the float has been bought over. I think there's about 2 billion shares of AMC. I mean, look at the number of institutional buyers over the last 12 months and sellers over the last 12 months. All right. So the numbers are the numbers. And if the reason why AMC, if that's true, if that 40% is true, it's pushed, that's why the stock has been pushed down all the way down to $27 right now. So it's a spring, it's a powder keg. There's definitely some funky things going on. And I bought some more AMC today, and who knows when it's gonna actually pop off, and who knows if this number's right. It just seems unreal that it would be. Let's see. Oh, look at that. It already changed. It is literally 10 o'clock at night. 10 o'clock at night. And now it changed to 18%. They just changed it. Institutional ownership, but that number just changed since I refreshed the screen. That's crazy. So what is the real number? What is going on That was my question. What is going on? And this is, that's crazy. All right. This is why I'm buying AMC. Make wise decisions. Join us. Throw me a like, subscribe. If you, by the way, what are your comments? I don't even know what's going on. So if you have comments, if you have thoughts, please share them in the comments below. Tell me what you think, because things are getting funky. All right. See you later.